Afternoon, Cancer. I am here with a collective reading. And before I start, let me state that this is a general collective reading for Cancer, and so as such, it will not resonate with each and every Cancer that views this video. So please only take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. This is also a timeless video, and so it's not as important that you see the video close to when it was created, but rather if Spirit has given you an intuitive nudge to watch the video, then there is a message for you. So let me begin and tell you what I see, Cancer. We start off with the High Priestess in reverse, and it's followed by the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Moon upright, the Six of Wands, which fell on top of the Moon, Two of Swords upright, Judgment in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands upright, and the Hierophant. Now, on top of the Ace of Cups and the Five of Wands in this area, three cards also fell perpendicular, which were the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Three of Swords in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. So what this is telling me is that I believe someone is unaware that someone is in love with them. And this person is in a rather difficult situation and is looking to leave the tangled situation that they're in at present. But there's a lot of cloudiness. There's a lot of uncertainty whenever you see the Moon upright, and that is your ruling planet, Cancer. But in the case of Tarot, when you see Moon upright, it's always a caution from Spirit to really, really keep yourself grounded, because things are not clear. Things are not as they seem, and it's going to be very difficult to see through the fog and the illusion to see clearly. So you really need to keep that in the back of your mind at this time, that there's going to be an element of illusion, and so you really need to be aware, use your intuition, your keen intuition to help guide you. Six of Wands again was here. So your person is feeling like this is going to be something that will transpire successfully. They believe they made a bad judgment call in the past, and they are putting down the need to fight and argue and be in competition. They're putting that aside. And because of the location of these other cards, sometimes the Ace of Cups in reverse can mean a lack of love. But in this situation, it does not. It means an overflowing of love, because a reversal of a card can also mean extremes. So this person, your person, is deeply in love with, I believe, someone who carries a Queen of Wands energy. It could be a fire sign. It doesn't have to be, but it's certainly one of the possibilities. And this person does, I believe, want to marry you. And again, the Eight of Swords in reverse is really good to receive, because that is showing that this person, while here they were unclear, now they're getting out of their head, because the Eight of Swords, when it's upright, it's a person who has basically confined themselves. They can't get out of their head. And so they're actually confining themselves when they could release themselves at any time. But it's kind of just not realizing it and then finally breaking free. The Three of Swords in reverse means that someone is overcoming a heartache. So they're getting clarity, they're overcoming a heartache, and there's going to be communication, which I believe is going to lead to marriage. Of the Moonology cards, Spirit is saying, take time to breathe out. Cancer, hold your vision, because right now, I think things may be at a stalemate or going very slowly, but Spirit is strongly suggesting hold your vision, because this new start is coming, and it's going to bring with it very powerful change. However, there's some of you in the collective, this says do not let pride get in your way, and it's in reverse. So there are some of you who are holding on to some pride, and Spirit is saying, release that, release that. Of these cards, there is going to be, I believe, before the start of the spring, a marriage, because the first card out was spring in reverse. And to me, this feels like telling me before spring. But there's going to be a marriage, and this card landed like that on top. And it also, Spirit is also telling you to express your individuality, Cancer. A lot of you are in need of exercise. So Spirit is emphasizing exercising. A lot of you are going through emotional healing at this time, probably from this Three of Cups. So there is definitely emotional healing with the fact, and the fact that, sorry, I said Three of Cups, I meant Three of Swords in reverse, that is indicative of that healing. But Spirit is saying, look inside because there's someone else they believe that you need to forgive. And forgiveness is part of your healing process. And forgiveness is also very freeing. So look inside yourself, spend some time and see if there's someone else that you feel like you need to forgive, possibly even yourself. Sometimes we forget to forgive ourselves. It's also telling you, Cancer, right now, you have got the power. So you're on a high note right now. But another issue comes up about your overall regime, which is dietary change and vegetarian. So for some of you, I think Spirit is saying you really need to also not only exercise, but you're going to need and emotionally heal, but you're going to need to look at your diet, possibly consider becoming vegetarian. Again, this won't resonate with everyone, but someone out there, I think this has probably been a thought they've been having, or maybe their doctor had suggested it, something along those lines. So there is going to be change coming, certainly in this area as well. It looks like with pertaining to marriage, and then, the way you eat is a huge part of your life, because that's something that you develop over years. So there's a lot of cycles, new cycles beginning, I guess I'm saying. Now, this card starts off with Scorpio. And there was someone holding some Scorpion energy, Cancer, that you had made the decision you did not want to align with this person. It could have been a business partner. It could have been even a family member. It could be a lover. It could be anyone. But there's someone holding Scorpion energy that you made a choice to not align with. And you're going through some transits right now, especially with respect to, I believe, either your view of partnership or the person that you're with. But something pertaining to partnership is going through a change. And it's not quite there. It's not divine timing yet, but it's kind of like brewing. It's kind of like having a pot of stew where it's warming up and bubbling and it's getting there, but it's just not quite there, but it's coming. Solar flares is the card here that's in reverse. And solar flares is a lot of energy, a lot of heat, a lot of drive. So I expect with respect to relationships, there's going to be a lot of very positive kind of fire-like sign energy is how I take this. Once you get through this change that you're going through, you possibly are very limited on your resources at this time, but there is going to be balance that's going to be restored in your life. Again, divine timing, it's not quite here. Future is in reverse, but it is coming. And relationships is here. And opposition is next to relationships. So I believe that if there have been issues in your relationship with your person, this is being worked out. And I believe through better communication. You're also achieving your desire, Cancer. A lot of you have wanted to put down roots or have a family or some kind of stability, because both of these cards talk about stability. It talks about achievement. It talks about hard work, but in the end, you get the payoff. And that's a Saturnian energy with Capricorn. So definitely a lot of you are either thinking about it or you're at the starting process of, putting things together to have a solid foundation. I do have a few more cards for you, Cancer. There will be an exciting event that's going to take place. Someone in your energy is very stubborn and unwilling to change. Deep personal strength and peace ensures success. There are going to be some hidden secrets, though, that possibly can harm you. A reconciliation is coming up, and a reconciliation, again, can be with anyone. It doesn't have to be a lover. It can be a friend, a family member, anything like that. Some of you out there are dissatisfied with life at this time, but Spirit is saying that it's really important for you to use your intuition, especially at this time. A lot of you are waiting for a news, a package, or a letter. October is going to be significant, and we're in the month of October. It's time to get out of a situation, but a sincere wish is going to be granted. Some of you may have depression or an anxiety, feeling that someone is against you, and you're feeling like life has a lot of obstacles that you're having to overcome. So Spirit's saying, take a moment, go out, have a little bit of fun. I'm not going to fib, Cancer, and say that This was a little concerning to me. Nothing to be afraid of, but I simply want to make you aware. When this card came out, it flipped several times and then landed. And that's the energy that the card came out with. So that's telling me this is a really significant card for you. And it says frying pan, trouble, accusations. And it's followed by warning you of a problem either now in the near future, followed by shark. Take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. And then unsettled times. So I think there's going to be a period where there's going to be some difficulties. Nothing that cannot be overcome. Just maintain yourself, keep your composure. Stay high vibration, but there are going to be attempts. You're going to need to pay particular attention to your finances at this time. So just be aware. Again, not to be afraid, just aware. It's going to be unsettled for a bit, but eventually things are going to work out because you've got new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. And remember here, it said on the Moonology, that's the second indication about a new start. So when I get 2 cards or more with the same idea or thought, then that has that much more power as well. There's also a distant friend, Cancer, who is thinking of you at this moment, and staff you will be taken care of in difficult times. From my Sufi deck, Spirit is wanting you to remember that you do have free will, that all of this is just suggestions from Spirit as to the path that you take, but you always have free will as to your choice. Drunk with love, which is followed by energy of love. So there are obviously some relationships that are very dear to you in your life that are blossoming, that are full of energy and full of life. And your willpower is particularly strong at this time, and that's important. So keep that willpower. This was in reverse, accepting challenges. There are some Cancers out there, though, you're not stepping up to the plate, and Spirit is saying, this needs to happen. You're going to have to stand up, whatever this challenge is. And again, you'll know who this resonates with, what that is. But Spirit is saying you really need to step up to the plate and accept these challenges for things to move on. It's also something is going to require you to give great detail and attention to something. So Spirit is saying, read the fine print, look over things carefully before you sign or agree to something. Details right now, either in your work or a contract you're signing, but details are going to be very, very important. You are also going to be receiving some kind of compensation for what you've done. So your payoff is about here. But it just has to wait for divine timing, because like everything, Spirit knows the best and perfect time for situations to occur. So it's just saying, be patient, be a little bit more patient, because if you are, there's going to be so much energy and drive coming up. There's going to be so many things opening up for you. So just hold on a little bit longer. Keep your integrity. Keep your integrity. Live according to your values. It's also asking you, though, at this time, if you're able to give. It could be of your time, it could be tithing, it could be whatever is near and dear to your heart. But Lady of the Gift is the final card of this deck. So that's usually a card of again, being willing to give to others and being generous from the heart. There are going to be some of you who are going to have some legalities that you're going to have to deal with. Many of you are going through a spiritual awakening. Your prayers have been heard. There is a Capricorn energy that is going to require you to look deeper at something pertaining to this Capricorn or a person holding Capricorn energy, and also holding, I believe, Aries energy. 6 months, something significant is going to happen in 6 months, Cancer, but you're going to be at the right place at the right time, possibly making this move, because many of you are going to be moving. And I believe it's going to be before the end of the fall. There will be another event 2 weeks from now that's going to be significant, that's going to involve an older man. I believe it's going to be a new love for many of you. Again, it won't resonate with everyone, but a lot of you, perhaps a new love, and an invitation is coming. So it's probably a date or a get-together with this new person. The last deck I have, Spirit is asking you to compromise and to show your affection, to maintain your stability, stay grounded, let the past be in the past. it's saying that if you're separated from someone, it's not the end. For every door that closes, another one opens. You're going through a transformation right now, and there will be resolutions to all of the problems that you have. So Cancer, this lovely Friday, I hope this has helped and given you some insight and some comfort. I send you all light, love, blessings, and say, shine bright and be kind, my friends.